All right, for the first speech, I told you why the drinking age should be lowered to 18, and I told you the good reasons why it should be lowered to 18. Now, for this second speech, I'm going to tell you why the drinking age should stay at 21. And for most people who probably even want it higher than that, maybe like 24. Well, first, lowering the drinking age to 21 would be medically irresponsible. I actually learned that in the frontal lobes that controls certain functions like emotional regulation, planning, organization. Now, it can really interfere with brain development and also lead to chronic problems like addiction, memory loss, reduced decision making, depression, violence, and also could lead to suicide. Now, lowering the drinking age from 21 to 18 will be irresponsible because, like, the population and bars and club will increase, which are usually not safe environments. From U.S. News, I learned that 76% of the bars have sold alcohol to obviously intoxicated people, and over half of the drivers arrested for driving while intoxicated or DWI or killed in a car accident. And also learned that neighborhoods with higher densities of bars, nightclubs, other alcohol selling locations suffer like more frequent assaults and other violent crimes. So let's give you an example, like cities like well, let's see, like Las Vegas, New York, those high pricey cities where majority of the place has alcohol wherever you go. Those are going to be the most dangerous places to be. Also, lowering the drinking age to 21 reduces traffic accidents and fatalities. Now, this one's kind of a toss up because in the last one, for an 18-year-old, they said that it said the same thing, but actually learning from the National Highway and Traffic Association that 100 of the 102 analysis in a 2002 study of legal drinking age and traffic accidents found higher legal drinking ages associated with lower rates of traffic accidents. Now, same thing said for an 18-year-old, which we would reduce when we reduce the age. So it just depends. So that's like a toss up on that one. Now, for reduce the age to 21, we reduce alcohol consumption. So in another study I found by the same administration, National Highway Traffic Safety, it said that 87% of analysis found higher legal drinking wage ages are associated with lower alcohol consumption. So found that the percentage of weekend nighttime drivers with a blood alcohol concentration of point 0.8 or higher from 5.4%. So in the last speech, I mentioned that we have to adopt a European culture where they give their children alcohol so they can educate them about the risk of having alcohol. But in a study I actually read about from CNN, it says we should not be lowered to mirror like European drinking age limits because the rate of drinking among U.S. teenagers is lower than most European countries. So the teenagers also show like equal or lower rates of intoxication or some type of binge drinking than adolescents from most European countries, and most European countries report higher intoxication and binge drinking for youth that are actually under 13 years old. Now, the American public, I feel like they overwhelmingly like support people who are 21 and want to keep it right there. From the Gallup poll back in 2007, they found that 77% of Americans would oppose a federal law that lowers the drinking age in all states to at age 18. So I thought that was kind of crazy, but I feel like most people wouldn't lower it anyway. They would go against it. And also, if you think about lowering the age would give it would give like high schoolers or even middle schoolers easier access to alcohol. So newly legal drinkers often purchase alcohol for their, underage peers, which create like a, I guess you could call it like a trickle down effect. Surveys, they show that like most common source of alcohol among 18 to 20-year olds is their 21 to 24-year-old peers. But we can also prevent binge drinking if we kept it at 21. And also, being at a certain age, I guess you get that sort of peer pressure. So being 21 exerts that peer pressure because there's going to be some people, who want to drink or drink often or who don't drink at all because they think they won't be socially accepted by people around them like who don't drink and or wait until they're 21. For my last bit, when it comes to the conclusion, I feel like it should stay at 21. I feel like 21-year-olds or 21-year-old people tend to be more mature and more responsible than 18-year-olds. Because typically entering like a new phase of independence from their parents, through college or workforce or any for more susceptible binge drinking, risky, let's say like sexual activity or other responsible behavior due to lack of maturity. So that's why I feel like, in my opinion, I would keep it at 21 and would not lower it.